In the rain. I've been wanting to try this YouTube live for a little while, and so decided just go ahead and press the button, go live. I'm in the middle of applying a transfer to a shirt. I did a video just very recently where I put these ninja transfers, like these iron-on transfers that I ordered, onto some little baggies for St. Patrick's Day. And I told you that I also had a shirt design. It looks like this. I got two of them in case I had a problem with one, or in case I loved it so much that I wanted another shirt like it. So it's this design, cute little thing, have a nice daisy. And so it's got all the layers of color, and then there's glue on the back. So like heat activated adhesive, right? So I have my easy press set to 330 for 20 seconds. If it doesn't seem like it's sticking well enough, then I can press it again and it doesn't damage the transfer. Which is good because this is a big enough design that I need to do it in 4 sections to get it all covered. So I'm going to see how this first corner did. All right, it's looking pretty good. I'll probably give it another press just to make sure. And then it also gets a second press when you take the plastic part off. Okay, so I've done the 2 top corners. Then I've got the mat like inside the sweatshirt. I'm gonna pull it down, maybe. All right, so one thing that's really nice with these ninja transfers is you can get a really complex multicolor design and not need to weed out all of the pieces or figure out the right order to press everything. You know, it's doable, of course, but this is definitely very easy. And if for some reason you had a large number of shirts that you were trying to do, like all in the same design, this would be a lot faster. Okay, so that corner is good. And I don't think that one like had enough pressure on it. So I'm gonna do that again. So I'm doing just kind of medium pressure. If I wanted to do a lot of pressure, then I'd stand up and lean on it, but this is not gonna need it. If you have like a clamshell heat press, then that's going to provide a good amount of pressure as well. Okay, yeah, that star's just kind of looking like it doesn't want to stick. So we're gonna let it cool off a little bit. I'll come back to it and I'll bump up the temperature if I need to. Like I said before, right now I have it at 330. So it's a little bit higher temperature than you would usually use for like a regular iron-on vinyl, you know, from Expressions vinyl or from Cricut. All right, and I need to get the mat under here like far enough under the whole design. Okay, so if you're just, oh, and my little fake ring here is snagging my shirt, so I'm going to take that off. Okay, so if you're just hopping on, I am applying a Ninja Transfer design that I ordered or got from Ninja Transfers to kind of partner with them, sample out their like iron-on transfer material. This is the design that's going on the shirt. And like I said too, this is my first time doing a YouTube live, so I'm not totally sure like which way you guys are seeing, like if it flips or if it's mirrored. But this is what the design is going to look like. I have it just on a white sweatshirt. And I'm pressing it in 4 different sections because that's the size of my easy press. I'm doing 20 seconds at 330 degrees. All right, yep, and I think I'm going to need to bump up the temperature just a little bit. This the star over here doesn't really want to stick. Up here though, it's doing a little better on those corners. Okay, so just to give you a little view on my easy press here, I'm going to push the temperature button, push the plus button twice. Each one is 5 degrees. Push that again. And so this will turn green again when it's ready to, like when it's reached the 340 degree temperature that I want. Right, so with these transfers, I can press multiple times and it's not going to damage the design or the glue. So I'm going to go over these sections again. And then when it's cooled off just a little bit, I will peel off the kind of like plastic carrier sheet. And then when that's gone, I'll cover it up with this paper that they provided and press it again, and that makes it like extra durable. So once I have this all applied, I'll let it sit for a day, and then I'll run it through my washer and dryer a few times and see how it holds up. All right, I see a few people on here. Hello, hello. If you're watching this later, you can pop on with questions too, and I'll come back and look and answer those questions. Okay, I want to make sure the pad goes under the design where I'm pressing so that I get the right pressure up from underneath. I see one comment on here. This says something about Portuguese. Eu falo um pouco de português, but I'm not quite sure what you're asking or why. Okay, and this last corner. And yeah, this is already looking like it's gonna peel off a lot nicer for me. Okay, so I'm gonna shake this out just a little bit so it cools off. Okay, so you should be able to see my table the way that I have it angled. So this is gonna peel off. Okay, and those are coming up just fine. Okay, so then this can just go off to the side. It's trash now. All right, so I have the pressing mat like inside my sweatshirt under this top layer. I pressed everything with the protective sheet on, or the carrier sheet that it was printed on. And then I'm going to put this protective sheet down that came with my Ninja Transfers order. And I'm going to press each section again for another 20 seconds. This is included in the instructions on the Ninja Transfers website. You press it with the film that it came printed on, or like that plastic carrier sheet, as you might call it. And then when that sheet is off, then you press it again with this protective paper. And at least what it's looking like to me is it makes sure the edges are totally pressed down nicely. It gives the design a slightly more matte finish even. Okay, so one corner, here's the second corner. If you are just hopping on, this is a transfer that I got from Ninja Transfers. So it's an image that I uploaded. I found it on Creative Fabrica. It's very cute. It says, "Have a nice daisy." Feels very springy to me. And it's on just a very kind of lightweight sweatshirt. All right, so look, let me show the camera here. I think this is helpful. Okay, so I'm gonna take that pressing mat out for a second. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look. On the bottom is where I've pressed it twice, and it's very flat around all the edges. Everything's very stuck down. And then, I don't know if you can see with the way the light is coming in with the window here, but like around these edges, it looks like the design is like pulling up just the teeniest bit. And that is going to get fixed when I do this second press. All right, and I'm putting the pressing mat inside the sweatshirt just because there's some texture from the back of the sweatshirt that I don't want to like come through onto the design. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but it's what I decided to do. So I'm just putting this back in there and moving it up to the top of the sweatshirt so I can get the top corner of the design over here. And this paper goes down, and I'm going to press this corner. I still have my easy press set at 340 for 20 seconds, and this seems like the right temperature for this sweatshirt. All right, so I'm pressing down this corner. I just have one more corner to do. And then, like I said, I'll let it sit for a full day just to make sure that that adhesive continues to kind of set and cure into the fabric. And then I'll run it through the laundry a few times and do a follow-up video so we can all see how well it holds up. We want to make sure that the color still looks good, that the pieces are still stuck to the fabric nicely. Because I have sometimes done a shirt where I really just plan on wearing it once or twice, like with a printable HTV or something. And that's nice, but it's sometimes nice to know you can wear something for a long time too. All right, and I forgot to press the timer on this one, so we're just kind of guessing. Okay. All right, so I am liking that. I'll try and do this up close again. Okay, so the little edges of those letters and the petals that look like they were peeling up on the edge just maybe a little bit are totally flat now against the shirt. So I will let you know in about a week or so how all the washing goes. Bye.